All right, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's office hours with Our Hometown. This is Matt Larson, President and CEO, and we've got Terry and Vera on the call with us today. How you both doing?
Good afternoon, Matt. Doing good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hey, Vera. Okay, so we're trying a new setup today. Some new, we're doing Zoom and new audio setup. So hopefully this test goes well. But the main focus of today and the focus of the company today, we've been having a lot of conversations about the rollout for social media AutoPost. This is the big announcement today. We're really excited to get this out there. This is something we've been working on for a while. I've been using it on ourhometown.com during, just our weekly publishing. We automatically send everything to social media through this plugin. So it's been tested by us, but now it's time to get it in publishers' hands. So we're opening up a beta trial. So if you check the newsletter, there's a link here to enroll in the beta. And it's basically first come, first serve. Whoever signs up first will be in this first wave that we're going to be launching this week. So get your names in and we'll get you set up. I'm going to give you a quick tour of the setup, but let's see, we've got a bunch of different options here. So I'll just go through this gallery really quick and then we'll look at the back end. But you've got scheduling functionality, so you can put things on the calendar. You're going to link up your Facebook and Twitter, all your social media that pretty much everyone uses is available here. You're going to link it up through the networks page. We'll go over that. And then you've got an area where you can basically manage the sharing. So it's kind of like a scheduling queue. And then eventually what it looks like when it goes out on social media is this. So it's going to embed that article just like if you took the link and manually posted it on your Facebook page. So it just completely eliminates the need to do that, which is really exciting. We're always looking for opportunities to make things more efficient. And ever since social media came around, it's been just like an extra thing that publishers have to do. A lot of publishers look at it that way. But if you can automate it, then why not just use it for the marketing benefits? Because there's a great audience there. There's no doubt that tons of people are on Facebook, especially now with everything being shut down. So, we want to tap into that audience. So let me switch over to, unless Terry and Vera, you have any questions on just like the overall plugin, I can just give a quick tour of the setup process and we can clip this and share it with folks as they get in here. Okay. So you have to, first of all, we're going to set up for the trial one user account on each website. So send us whatever email you want to be the one that manages this, because it's a per seat situation. And I'm logged in as the Our Hometown account that has those permissions. So I can see everything in here. And this is what it looks like. So basically what you're going to have is this new plugin called Blog to Social. And when you click on that, you're going to land on the dashboard for that plugin, which includes the calendar that we mentioned earlier. So you can see anything coming up. We don't really schedule things out the way that we're doing it now. We actually just automatically publish everything that goes live on the blog, which is an option for you too. So you can either schedule or just say, as soon as it publishes on our website, blast it out to social media. And if that's the case, you're not going to have things scheduled in advance. It's just whenever a blog post is published. So for most of our papers, that'll be once a week when we do the extraction. You'll have a ton of action on social media as those articles are published. But the main area that you're going to want to go into once this is activated is the networks, because this is the thing that we cannot do for you. That's the bottom line. We can turn on the plugin and we can, give you the permissions to connect up to 15 Facebook pages or profiles, which is pretty cool. So you can connect your personal profile page, which I did here. I've also connected our hometown company page, so you can connect your newspaper company page. as well as your personal, and just automatically blast it out to both those networks. And you can have up to 15 Twitter accounts. I don't think there's going to be many, except for maybe like the big dailies where everyone has a Twitter handle. I don't think you're going to need 15 accounts, but we got that. Instagram. The other big one I think would be LinkedIn that people might be using. Those are the core four, I would say. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So the setup process is like this. First of all, you got to be logged into all these social media platforms. So it's going to prompt you to do that. So let's say I want to connect up my Facebook business page. I would click page, and it's going to say, make sure to log in with your account. It's talking about your Facebook account that manages the pages that you're trying to connect to. Okay. Because what it's going to do when I say continue, it's going to just tap me right into Facebook here, and it's going to authenticate it. So assuming I'm already logged in, it'll autofill that, very easy. And then it's got every page that I've ever created. I have so many Facebook pages from different projects over the years, but I could connect it to a brand new page this way, and I would just authorize the plugin to publish to that Facebook page. So that's the bottom line. You need to be logged in to give it that authorization. And so we're going to be working through, with the beta testers on this setup process. Hopefully it'll be pretty self-explanatory, but this video, we can put together, a quick clip for people to follow the steps. Do you guys have any questions on that? Like if someone called you and said, I don't know where to begin on setting this up.
No, I think the critical thing right here is to make sure that you're logged into your social media
Yeah.
account before you try to do anything else.
Right. Absolutely. Yep. And hopefully most people are, but maybe you need to switch accounts if you have multiple Twitter accounts. So, it's just something to double check before you try to authenticate these things. But it'd be pretty clear if you had the wrong, like, let's say I'm trying to connect Twitter. Well, we already connected my Twitter, so I can't really do it again. And I don't want to mess with deleting it, but I have multiple Twitter accounts. I have a personal one. So if I was logged into it at that point, that would be the only option to connect. So it should be pretty clear that you need to change the login if that's the case.
So okay, that was going to be my question. If you are logged into one account, is it going to give you the option to log out and then log into another account? Or can you be logged in multiple accounts?
Right. You know what? Let's just do it here. I can always figure out how to fix this later. I'm going to delete both authorizations for Twitter, and let's just actually add an account because I didn't really add the Facebook one. So you go to profile, and it's going to redirect you to Twitter. Okay, so that just did it. That was really easy. But it didn't, to answer your question, it did not give me the opportunity to change. So what you would want to do then is, I believe I can do it down here. Let's see. I usually have multiple. I guess I'm not logged in to my other Twitter account. Shoot. Well, anyway, what you would have to do is just change your account on Twitter. So if you had multiple accounts, they would all be options here. You would just switch it, and then when you go back to the authentication step on networks, then when you add it, when it redirects you to Twitter through the API, it would recognize you're in the different account. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a good question though. Instagram, I have yet to set up, so interested to see how that all works out. And so, I think a lot of publishers are using that, and a lot of the people that contacted us are using it. So, we'll see how that works out. But any other questions on the setup or the use of this? I guess there's one other thing I could show on the actual articles. See, on our marketing site, we use posts, but just picture articles. What you're going to have is on the edit page, on the classic editor, let's use, like all the plugins, they can, integrate with other plugins. So this is blog to social integrating with the posts or articles plugin. And so this is where you can control your scheduling article by article. If you were self-service, for example, and you wanted to schedule the stories to go live on the website first thing in the morning and then like an hour later have them go out on social media, you could do that all here. So you can schedule the article to go live with the normal publishing tool, but then custom sharing would be all handled through blog to social. Okay. So let's see if this is going to let me do this because this has already been shared. Oh, yes. I remember testing this early on before we just decided to automate it all. What you can do, it'll plug you into this area of blog to social. Let's see, is it? I'm not really sure. This is just the social media scheduling area. So it shows you your post and it shows you how it's going to look for each channel, which is very cool. We only have Facebook and Twitter activated right now, it looks like. So, but this is cool. I could uncheck my personal page is probably what I would do in this case. I would just publish to our hometown company page. But it's really easy to adjust that. And then you just save as a draft because in this case, we're scheduling it to go live in the future. Or if you decide, I just want to blast this out now, you could just share it from this page too. So it's scheduling and sharing.
They have a different color button.
It's a different blue and
Green.
a green. Yep. It's not quite, I bet you it's not exactly the same blue anyway, but it's tough to tell. So yeah, this is going to be huge. I think after the beta test, once everything is clearly working and we've got some great case studies, I think it's going to be a question of who's not going to want it, really, because everyone's got a Facebook page at least now, and a lot of newspapers have thousands of followers there. And for most of them, I would bet that it's the publisher that's spending extra time copying and pasting these links from the website. So your time could definitely be better used elsewhere. Maybe you're hiring someone to manage all your social media. They could be doing something else that is not just robotic work of copying and pasting links. So a lot of cool things here. I mean, we didn't even get into how you can customize the teasers on each channel. That's very nice. So you could add hashtags. Maybe you would add hashtags to Twitter because that's kind of more where hashtags are used, although they work on Facebook. So you could have them on both. But they generate a default teaser for you, but this gives you the chance to modify it, like what we talk about a lot with Cecile at the Journal Trib, the way she goes in and adds just a quick plug for a subscription and the price right there at the end of every teaser. She could definitely benefit from this.